Hey guys, Dr. Devynne here with Jing Shen Healing Arts. I wanted to share some information with you about some upcoming classes that Dr. James and I have been building for the last couple months. We are very close to launching our first wave of classes. This video is going to be just a little bit of an overview of what we've been building, what we're hoping it to be, and expecting it to be as we move forward. And if you have any questions after you watch this, feel free to reach out and we'll get you connected and get you taken care of. But for the last couple months, Dr. James and I have been building some online courses really for the community. We're currently building and organizing some continuing education credit classes for practitioners. Those are going to take a bit longer to pull together and get approval. But there's also a gap of information that we want to offer the community. That's what these courses are. They are not specifically for practitioners, though I do feel practitioners could absolutely benefit from the information that we are providing, whether that be a 5-element practitioner who is looking to reconnect to some things that they've learned, maybe just bring them back home into their practice. TCM practitioners who have always been curious about 5-element theory. We know what gets offered in most TCM programs as far as 5-element information. It's very quick and surface level. And so this is going to create an opportunity for, if that's a piece of your practice or a piece of your study that you really enjoyed but don't know where to turn to dive a little deeper, these courses are going to be for that. But primarily, we wanted to build these for the community and for our patients, anybody who is just curious on what do we do? What's the philosophy behind it? Why do we practice the way that we practice? Those types of things. But we wanted to make some courses that were relatable and anybody can connect to, whether they've studied Chinese medicine or not. And so the biggest way is through a course that we're calling Living in Harmony with the Rhythms of Nature. Our 5-element work is rooted in our study of nature and the world around us. And we wanted to build these courses in a way that created an invitation for you to also dive in a similar way that we were invited in when we were in school. The way that we're going to move through that is through each season. And you'll have the opportunity to do this one season at a time if you're just curious and want to dip your toe in. And if you really want to full send it, this is intended to run for a full year. And then next year, we'll pick it back up and realign it to Chinese New Year, and we'll take it from there. These immersions are going to run through an entire season. They will have some transition weeks from one season into the next. And then each week, we'll have some offering of journal prompts, some practices that you can integrate, and things that you can do to help yourself connect to what's happening around you and check in with yourself. That's going to look different at each time of the year. We've decided to launch this in the fall, which is when we start to slow down and turn inward. And so it was a nice starting line for our program for people to just be invited into their own work and personal development. This is going to launch in August. We will share the date soon. We've also created a 6-week late summer. This course is intended to be a snapshot of what you're going to get in the full immersion. If you decide to come on board for fall, basically get the late summer course for free. It's 6 weeks. It just starts that conversation with yourself and with us. We're really excited to launch it. This has been a long-term project coming to life. The full immersions will feature a video, much like this one, where we offer some information and give you some insight into the season, some nuts and bolts and things to expect as you move forward. And then about halfway through that season, we will also be hosting a live call with both myself and Dr. James. You guys will have an opportunity to hop on a live Zoom call, ask any questions, have full access to us for that period of time. And we'll just chat through how your experience has been so far, a few things of what you can expect going forward. We'll get to Q&A. Have some conversation about what it is that we do. So we hope you'll come on board, whether it's for the season or just dive in for the full year. That's our big course that we're offering. One of the other things we've been really drawn to launch and share through some of our clinical work here in Kalispell is some pediatric coursework. And so the other thing that we have at a ready to launch phase are some pediatric herbal courses. They are intended to be self-paced, informational, and educational perspectives on how we, as doctors of Chinese medicine, approach pediatric care, some of the philosophy behind the herbal side of things. We have one I know that is ready to go for digestion and gut health, and we have one for immunity. We are really close to finishing one for respiratory. So think asthma. We are working on some for mood and temperament, whether that be anxiousness or unexpressed anger, the little people with big emotions. And we're working on a medicine cabinet series that is going to feature some stuff that, depending on kind of the patterns and rhythms of your child, things that you can keep in your medicine cabinet for if and when something comes up and you're looking to treat them naturally. We'll have that series as well. So we have a lot of information coming to you guys on the pediatric side of things, which we're excited about. That leads us into some women's health and pregnancy postpartum work. So everything is in constant motion for us behind the scenes. If you're watching this and you have any ideas or suggestions on things that you would love to learn, feel free to drop them in the chat or send us a message. We'd love to hear from you. We have a pretty good plan for going forward, and we have some great ideas for classes. But I think the thing that we're most excited about is pulling the trigger on this project. It's been a long-term want for us, and to be in a place where we feel like we can offer this and we're ready to take that step is exciting. Yeah, I wanted to give this announcement. This video ended up being a little longer than I thought it was going to be, but I wanted to give a little bit of an update with what we've been working on. And yeah, in the meantime, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out and hopefully we'll see you soon.